Truly.
That's embarrassing.
Plastic waistband.
Make room for the bigger, better chicken sandwich. AM, too much good stuff.
I want that straw.
What in the world in the Midwest is that?
That played every single time between innings when I would watch the St. Louis Cardinals in 2009 on the little game day. That was the only commercial. They had one AM PM commercial every half inning. So I've seen that literally like 2,000 times. Just the same. It took me like 100 watches to fully like understand what was going on. But
gotta love them mom jeans.
Quality content.
Did consume a good amount of hot dogs
earlier this evening. The glizzies.
I could be. Yeah, I wish that I had some elastic waistbands. So
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.
Quiet! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show. My name's AJ Lancaster. I'm one of the co-hosts. And I'm the Glizzy Goblin now.
Glizzy Goblin, yeah. What's up? We are the Deacons. We are two of the regular hosts upon this very show, and we have returning with us the Juice. Juice, what's going on?
Not too much. Yeah, I also wish I had that long straw. It's always nice to have a long straw.
Get the Glizzy straw though.
Yeah,
you pour it out and then you.
In my headcanon for that commercial, none of them paid for any of that. They just were sitting in the AMP all afternoon just eating food and then left. That's who eats it before you actually pay for it, you know? You're like, yeah, I throw it on my tab as you leave, like three more.
You weigh on the way in, you weigh on the way out. It's like those Amazon stores.
And speaking of people who eat things before they pay for them, we have with us Jacob London.
Apparently I'm a thief. Hello, how are you? I am from Australia, so I am a common criminal.
What's up? So for everybody who does not know, Jacob earned the right to join us for this stream last year. Last year, he finished second to last in the Football League. We were going to let the winner come onto the stream, but the winner's part of the league, which was Juice. So Jacob was the highest placing unofficial member of What the Show. So he gets the honor of joining us tonight to do our box office predictions and also help us react to who gets what movie for the What the Show Fantasy Football Draft. So a quick rundown of that. For those who don't know the way this works, we're going to each predict our top 10 movies of the box office for the summer. And when we get to the highest point that anybody has that movie, we're going to talk about that movie, why we think it's going to finish where it is as a whole. And then we're going to pull the name of one of the members of the league, and they're going to get assigned that movie. And on Labor Day, the box office between the release of The Fall Guy and Labor Day, the domestic box office total will determine the actual draft order for our fantasy football league. So it's a little complicated to explain, but it makes more sense when you think about it. Jacob, before we get into that, why don't we just have you go ahead and plug what you're working on right now? Because I know you have your series is well into.
Yes. So we're at the moment over on the Finely Tailored YouTube channel, we are doing our bracket show. So we have 286 2010s films that myself, Taylor, Adam and Marisol and Mara have all every week go through, and we go through matchups every single week to try and find out what is the number one film from the 2010s. So far, we are 5 weeks in. We've eliminated half. We've gone through half of round one, so we're still going. And Jake, I wasn't innocent. I voted Spotlight. Like I did vote for Spotlight. I was not innocent in that. I voted Spotlight. So
lots of justice for Warrior.
yes, we eliminated Warrior. Because for some reason, somehow, people other than the insanity that is me voted for Spotlight over it because Spotlight's a better movie.
I mean, Spotlight is a great film.
Warrior's iconic.
The Warrior's iconic.
Like I've had plenty of times where it's just like get off of work, stressful day, decompress and watch Spotlight.
Yeah, I can't say that's ever happened to me.
When I was in Chicago or in school and that came out and went and saw it, and like there were like people, like I left, like there were like people just like sitting there like crying at the end of Spotlight. I was like, oh boy, I don't want to know what happened to you.
Fast William Harold.
The fact that you were like, I was in high school when that movie, I fucking hate you right now.
Yeah.
College.
Oh, college. That makes it better.
Yeah, it doesn't make it a lot better.
A hair
better. A hair. I don't know.
4 years. I was a freshman, but still 4 years.
So we're going to start off our list because our fantasy football league has 14 teams. There are 3 movies that we know for a fact that are eligible for this that did not make any of our top 10. So we're going to pull those first.
I also want it to be known that Mike owns many an NFL-affiliated hat, and yet he put our fantasy football draft in the New York Islanders.
They're in the playoff.
So take of that what you will. We're picking out of a hockey hat. Sounds about right.
All right.
So what are our movies?
Which one of these you want to do first?
Let's do Amy Winehouse Back to Black. None of us have it in our top 10, so we're going to go ahead and pick a name.
I think you got a decent chance of picking last if you get this one.
I think real decent.
Fucking God. For moral reasons.
Oh, well. AJ, you have been Winehouse.
You have been Winehouse, AJ. You have been Winehouse.
You got to change his. No, he's not the Glizzy Gold. He's gone anymore. He's been
done.
Winehouse.
AJ, I don't. AJ's not allowed to be in this corner. We got to move him around. I don't know how to do that.
Don't like that.
AJ, you're gonna be picking up the turn.
That's a good spot, AJ. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, Jesus. Oh, guys, I'm scared. This is nerve-wracking. All right, we have Tarot coming in hot next.
The Tarot, which opens next
week. I have it at number 1.
Oh.
Just kidding. No, it's not.
I just want to say, for Back in Black, it's opened in...
Shit, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
No.
Juice. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get me out of that spot.
I'm just thinking about it.
I gotta go see that movie 400
times.
Guys,
I'm beginning to think I'm beginning to have a bad feeling about this draft.
Can I just say for Back in Black, it opened worldwide, like internationally last week, and it's already tanked. Like these things,
All right, we have.
Well, now I'm really nervous because so far we've only picked people on screen, which means that the 3 of us that are on screen have a very good chance of being picked.
The next one, though, I'm going to say I do think in actual real box office terms, it's going to be a hit because it's a low budget movie and is not necessarily going to be expected to make $100 million. But in terms of the actual top 10, it's not going to make it its Maxine. I think this is going to be a success, though.
I also think it being in July is going to kind of be one of those, like, if it was a May, it could have like had a bit more of a longevity and kind of sat there for a little bit. Because like I remember going back, like Oppenheimer, it was the number 2 overall movie of the year, but in September it wasn't, like it hadn't gotten there yet. So yeah,
It just left theaters like a week ago. So.
All right, everyone. Drum roll, please. Maxine is going to Buck.
Brandon Buckingham.
Buck, you better start rooting for your girl Maxine.
Can I say that Maxine at least looks like a good movie?
No, I do think it's going to do well. I think like Maxine making $50 million, that's probably going to happen. Like, but
50,
maybe 40. It's going to do well.
You know what the first two, what X and Pearl did?
I don't actually.
Hang on,
X did about 11 and Pearl did about 9.
Okay, so then Maxine is not going to be a hit.
That is not going to be
I know nothing.
As he thought.
So worldwide X did 15, and then worldwide Pearl did 10. So
okay, yeah. So Maxine.
So there's like a real chance
that's
that's lost.
Look, AJ won't be picking last.
Yeah. But the difference is they weren't.
I hope I am.
They weren't blockbuster like released in the middle of of summer. So
also, I think that no matter what happens, Juice is gonna somehow kill this.
Juice
because last year
with the fucking Haunted Mansion won the league.
The league. So like, don't even be worried, y'all. You two can win the league with the Haunted Mansion, is what we're saying here. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna just kind of go around. Everybody, state your number 10. We do this top 10 style. If somebody has it higher, we say punt, and we do it when it's at the person's highest point. So
I'm going Bad Boys. Bad Boys. What you gonna do?
I also have Bad Boys at 10.
Also
have
Bad
a
Boys
higher.
at 10.
Punt.
I've got it at 11. So yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting punted.
So what do you guys have at 10?
What do y'all have?
I got Quiet Place.
Quiet Place and AJ?
Punt.
Punt. Okay,
what's your
Oh,
10?
sorry, no. Wait, sorry. It's off my
What's
list.
your 10?
It's off my list. I went the other way.
But 10, what's your number 10?
My 10 is I Saw the TV Glow.
Okay, so that one's not on the list.
Not on the list.
So did you punt Quiet Place?
He said it's off. Quiet Place is off.
All right, so Quiet Place is actually going to be the next one we pull then.
Okay.
I have it. Sorry, I got it higher.
I also punt for me. Sorry, I don't know why.
Sorry, I thought AJ.
I definitely
We are batting 1,000.
God, we're really great at this, guys.
All right,
But
so
we're punting
what's your 10?
I'm Bad Boys also.
Then the rest of us have Bad
So
Boys.
the three of us are Bad Boys.
All right, so
Bad Boys is the lowest, then technically.
Okay, so what?
But AJ has a higher.
Yeah, AJ punted it.
So
Oh,
AJ
AJ has
is only 10, but we don't have it.
Quiet Places. Oh no, so who talks first then? Because
AJ can talk because it's the only one we're talking about.
Who has it?
Oh,
what?
Oh, your movie. Like if you want to talk about your movie.
I saw the
TV.
Yeah, it's the. I saw the TV Globe, directed by Jane Schonbrun. Follow up to We're All Going to the World's Fair. It's getting buzz from like independent art outlets as one of the best movies this year. I think that this could be something like an Everything Everywhere All at Once kind of build up. This could be in theaters for like the entire summer. It starts in May. If it's as good as it's being touted, it could be something where it sneaks up to a 10 spot box office wise. So I thought, why not root for something I like?
Yeah, I like that. And AJ is sneakily good at these, I feel like.
This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I'm so excited for this goddamn movie. From the people who I know have seen it, they have said it's eerie and will get under your skin. But I've just heard nothing but incredible things from everyone who's seen it. I'm a massive fan of Justice Smith. I just think he needs to fire his agent. So I'm really hoping this is one of those movies that gets a lot of people to be like, oh, this kid can act, because he can. He's a very good actor. He's just been picking really shit projects. So I'm beyond excited for this movie. And it's a great pick. I think 10 is... You're right. If it's one of those ones that hits and hits hard, I think it is very possible. I'm just a little worried about it how early in the year it's going, and then how much competition it's going to have going up against it.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the 9s. AJ, what do you have at 9?
Let me pull my list back up. Just 1 second here. My phone went to sleep.
We wrote it down this year.
I have Garfield.
Punt. But not much.
Oh, I did not put it in my top 10. All right, so that's a punt. I have If.
Punt.
Slight
punt.
punt.
I think mine's getting punted because of AJ. 9, I have Twisters.
Punt.
I'm with you. I got it at 9 too.
Juice.
Oh,
9, I have if.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go to our 8s.
8, I have if.
I have if at 8 as well.
Still a punt.
Oh, still a punt. Okay.
Uh,
I
8, I have Garfield.
Punt.
Oh, okay. 8, I have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Punt.
I do too.
Massive punt.
God,
Massive
these are
punt
so
for me.
simpatico tonight, y'all.
AJ 8.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes.
8 for me. I have if as well.
Okay. So go to 7.
Wow. Okay. I have A Quiet Place Day 1.
I think we're pulling that because everybody else
I think that's the highest.
That's
on
a 1.
mine.
No, I have 1. I have
Alright,
it at
so that is
6.
what we were
Oh,
pulling.
okay.
That's my
Also,
6.
just
No, that's my 6.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
we're punting.
That's
yeah,
my 6.
we're punting.
We're
on that.
punting. We're punting.
Wow.
Okay, so we are not talking about that yet. What's
no.
your 7?
7, I have Inside Out 2.
Oh, punt.
I have Inside Out 2.
Punt
for
on that.
as well.
Massive punt.
AJ?
I have Bad Boys 4.
That we're pulling
All
that.
right,
one.
Bad Boys
where
4
we're
is,
going.
I think
Because
that's the highest
you know
we
what?
have.
You know what the highest grossing Bad Boys movie was?
The
Bad
third one?
Boys
The third
3.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did about
I-
$206
I-
million.
Nostalgia is
But
it's
this
a
is
money
the first major release since the slap.
2
Not only
years
that,
ago.
Not only that, Bad Boys 3 was released in 2020 pre-COVID. That's
Yep.
I think there is a big thing about like that people forget about that when it comes to this one. 426 million. I agree with you. That is a huge number, and it could actually do roughly the same figure. But movie going is not the same as it was back in
That's
2020. We were in like peak. We're going to the movies. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be quite as high. I've got it at I've got it at 11. I think it just misses the top 10.
We all had it at 10.
Yeah.
I
think it's gonna crack it, but like just barely.
And again, it's the reason I've got it out is the R rating. Again, I just like there's a few there's quite a lot of R rating
I have
movies
2 very
out
high.
this summer, but yeah, I just couldn't quite get this one over the line.
So we have our member of the league who will be following Bad Boys.
So bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Jerry, when they come for you?
Go Pack, go!
I
Go
feel
Pack,
like
go.
Jerry's very excited about this. He's
Jerry?
I think
Jerry
Jerry will be
support Bad Boys.
knowing Jerry, I think he's actually going to be all about this. Like, he's
I don't-
I'll be right back, guys. I just gotta quickly do something.
Yep.
I don't
you're
know if
good.
he's a Bad Boys fan, but he seems like a Bad Boys fan, right?
But he seems like a bad boy.
I don't think he's going to be upset with this.
Yeah.
You're updating the ticker. So while we're going to do a quick vamp, quick recap while Jacob is using the restroom real quick. So just to reiterate, Taro is going to be Juice, but he won the league with Haunted Mansion. So I won't be surprised if you can win the league with this. Back to Black, AJ, Maxine is going to Buck, and Bad Boys Forever. That's actually not named that, but is Jerry.
Sorry about that.
And that's what y'all missed on Glee.
And in breaking news, I'm thinking of going back to drinking full time.
Oh. All right, we are up to our
Back to Black. That did it for him, y'all.
Yeah. So
Tried to make me go to rehab.
I'm pretty certain everybody has said my 6 already, which is If. So
I have, yes.
I have.
I don't think anyone's punting that any higher.
No.
So this is I think for me, this is the most volatile movie of the summer. You could tell me this thing's going to make 15 million. You could tell me this is going to make 200 million, and I would believe either one.
Yeah.
It just depends on the quality.
It does. Look, if this was being directed by a no-name director, I wouldn't give a crap about it. But Krasinski's name being on this is the thing that's got me somewhat curious of like, okay, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I know what it is. It's a cartoon series called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Just like John Krasinski rips off every other idea he has. Also,
Shots fired at Krasinski.
not a fan. But
Not a fan.
I think the real thing for me is like we got the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, which means this press tour is over already. It's
Like,
done. The
it's
star of the
just
movie is
completely
not
over.
promoting it anymore after this.
But the catch is here, though, is that you have such a big cast of voice actors. They don't have to rely completely on Reynolds. They can send 4 or 5 different people to each
You
out.
send Steve Carell and you're golden. You know what I mean?
I don't. The Deadpool trailer being dropped, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I actually think it's going to help. Reynolds is going to be doing a press tour for this movie. They're going to be doing a fairly big one. And I also think you're going to get Krasinski going with his wife again as well, because she's in this as well. So like she's got a voice in it, and she's currently on the on a publicity with Fall Guy. So like the publicity is going to start. I think we're just a little early for it. I think we're about 2 weeks out.
It just feels like they hit it hard right around the Super Bowl, and now it's been like kind of forgotten.
So
that's my.
Oh, who's getting if? All right.
It would have been funny if AJ had gotten it.
I know, yeah. Now that I
Oh
know
yeah, that actually might have been worse.
now that I know he's a hater. All right. It's going to Larry.
Larry Payne has got
Larry
it.
Payne with if. All right, Larry.
Juice, I think you already said you had Quiet Place, and you were the last one with that.
Yes. Yep.
So let's do Quiet
Year
Place.
6. Okay, yes. Oh, we're doing Quiet Place.
Speaking of Krasinski,
Can I just say, speaking of Krasinski,
he's not directing this one, but
can I just say, so I had it at 7, so I want to quickly discuss why I had it at 7, which is like high-ish, I guess. I mean, not like super high, but high-ish, because there's some people that don't have it in their top 10. But I do think every summer has one horror movie breakout, and I think I think this one has the best name behind it. The trailer's good. People have good feelings about the other movies, so I'm thinking if there's going to be a horror movie breakout of the summer, it's probably this, but I also could be very wrong. I've been wrong before.
I don't disagree. I think it is possible. I think this one could be a sneaky hit. My one thing is it's the spinoff, and I just it being a prequels don't generally do fantastic. The other ones, if you actually look at their box office, they're popular, but they're not insane.
Right.
So, and that's the thing where that's kind of where I landed with it. It's like I think it'll do well.
When does that get released?
I don't remember when it's released.
It comes out the end of June. So
it's gonna have some competition coming behind it in July, but it might have a couple weeks.
So the week before it is, I mean, the week before it's nothing. Like you got Kinds of Kindness and Bike Riders. Inside, like it's everyone's trying to get away from Inside Out 2. And then, but a week later is 4th of July, which is I think most of our number one movie with a certain animated film. So
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
So who's got A Quiet Place?
Oh gosh,
it's gonna be me
I'm
after
nervous
that.
every time I do this.
New to the league.
New to the league, fellow Detroit Lions fan, William.
Probably in the chat right now.
I'm going to say this right now, William. This is very important to me. Keep your paws off of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay? Thank you. Love you dearly. You're a great guy.
Jameer Gibbs is
But
up for
also, you touch St. Brown, you're dead to me. Okay.
He's going to be behind you in the draft, most likely. So unless you're going to take St. Brown's in the top.
Bitch, I might. Watch me.
Oh man!
All right.
Gives up a quarterback so she can get St. Brown.
I would do it.
Want to do it.
Now the wilder things, y'all. I would do it in a heartbeat.
AJ, what do you got at 6?
6. So I have Inside Out 2.
Pun.
Fun. Oh wait, do I? Is that? Oh no. I'm with you. Actually, I have it at 6 as well.
Jacob punted, so
yeah, we're gonna be punting for a while on that one. I've got Garfield at 6. Does anyone have it higher?
Ooh, I don't think so.
I don't have it on my top 10. Although I think it could crack it.
Garfield's another one I agree with. That is in the same category of if it could make 10 million, it could make 200 million.
This is the one that I think is going to be a bit more popular than people are expecting. As much as we all hate to say it, there's a reason Chris Pratt's getting these animated movies because his name sells. It does sell. They pick studios like him. That's why. And I do think Garfield's a big enough name. I think the trailer was cute enough for kids. And I think also it comes out before another certain movie. And a month beforehand. So the little kids, it gives them that first movie over the summer before they then go see the other one. So I think it's got the right release date. It's Memorial Day weekend when, you know, hey, teenagers want to go see the R-rated driving movie. Okay, we'll take the younger siblings to go see Garfield. Like, I think that's going to be the mindset that weekend. So I that's why I've got Garfield performing pretty well.
Please be Moose. Please be Moose.
I know. Anything that's animated, like, really does stand a chance of taking, you know what I mean? Like, you can never write off an animated film, especially in the summertime. So good for the whole family. I do think the animation is quite cute. Am I going to rush out to see it? No. But I do know many families that are going to be like, my children are driving me insane. We're going to go waste some time in the movie theater to watch
it. My other big thing is it's Memorial Weekend. Like, that's the other.
That's fair.
That's very true. Yeah. All right, y'all. Oh, God.
It's going to be me.
Who's going to get Garfield? Y'all are nervous right now. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, Jacob, I'm glad you have faith in it because...
Yeah, it's me. I knew that was coming. The one who had faith in it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
Oh, no. Oh, it's so good. That couldn't. You can't write that shit.
You put it up high enough for yourself to get it. So.
Yeah. Hey, look. Last year I had Elemental, and that worked out well for me. All right.
Elemental did surprisingly well in the long run.
Elemental did. It had legs. It kind of started slow, but it
maybe
did
Garfield will do the same thing. You're meant to have animated films.
Clearly, that is. It's meant to be. Okay, so we're doing 5, correct?
Everyone did their 6, right?
Yeah, I think we have talked about everyone's 6. Yep.
Okay, so we're at 5.
Mine is Furiosa.
Punt.
Small punt.
Small punt.
Same.
I also have Furiosa.
Is anyone higher on Twisters so far?
I am.
I am.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Cool. That's the only one we haven't talked about that is the level lower for me.
It'll be a minute.
Okay.
Jacob, what do you have at 5?
5. I've got Apes.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I also have Kingdom Planet of the Apes.
And no one has that higher?
Anyone have?
I don't. I already had it.
I have it.
Okay.
Oh, you have it.
Okay. So we have it. Okay.
So what did you have, AJ, for 5?
I had Furiosa as well.
Oh, that's right. You matched.
I have it at 4. So.
And that was a small punt to 4. So I guess we're going to 4.
My 5. Well, my 5 is going to be a punt, but it's Despicable Me 4.
Yeah, we're punting. We're punting that one.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
4, I had Furiosa.
I'm lower on Furiosa. So.
Anyone have Furiosa?
I'm at 4. I'm 4.
And you both of you are at 4.
And AJ,
where are you?
I had a 5.
Yeah, we're
okay. So we're pulling Furiosa. Oh, God, I want it so bad. Okay, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want it. Guys, I'm nervous. Come on, power of girl power. Let's go. Okay. Here
So
we
are we
go.
talking about it, or are we pulling the name first?
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Let's. First off, my most anticipated movie of the summer. I honestly cannot wait for this one. After the insanity of Fury Road, just sign me the fuck up right now.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this one for sure.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. Starting to get a little. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what because everything about it they've hit all the notes that they needed to hit. It's feeling exactly like Mad Max was, like Fury Road. I don't know why. I'm just sitting there going. The 2.5 hours kind of got me a little worried.
Again, I don't love the long run times. But if it's like Fury Road was and it has that kind of pacing, it won't feel like it.
But Fury Road's a very tight 2 hours. Like it hits 2 hours and ends, and like that's.
Oh yeah.
yeah, like I'm kind of that extra half an hour. I don't
Jacob,
know.
I just want to root for your people here. You know what I mean?
I know. My one big thing for this that like the two like damn, somehow they're gonna have to make Chris Hemsworth's character worse than Immortan Joe. Like you're during the movie, you're gonna have to sit there and go, Immortan Joe's like the sensible guy.
Which is gonna be really saying something.
Yeah, it is. Like so, like I'm really excited to see Chris Hemsworth go nuts. And I love Anya Taylor-Joy, so like I am really excited for all of that. But yeah, that's other than that, it's George Miller. I'm really hoping this is good. Like I'm really hoping. I've got it 7 on my list. I think it's going to do well, not amazing. I think the R rating is a big deal because again, Fury Road didn't do amazing. It got beaten by Pitch Perfect. So.
But Fury Road, remember, was a big time word of mouth thing. Like once
I'm hoping
hit,
that people are going to be more hyped for this because the word of mouth.
I think its opening weekend is going to be a lot higher than Fury Road's was.
Yeah, I think it's probably fizzle out, unfortunately. But I think there's enough people out there excited for this one that hopefully it can fall in that like I'd say probably 5 to 7 range is accurate. Yeah.
So where I'm getting kind of nervous for this one personally is. The best time I saw Fury Road, the best screening of it I saw, was that weekend I spent in jail. So, like, if this is really good, how do I replicate that? How do I go back?
That's fair, AJ. That's fair.
Let me get a plane ticket to Nebraska, and we'll make things happen.
We'll make things happen. Please don't. I don't have bail money for this, y'all. I cannot bail the 2 of you out of jail. I'm so sorry.
See, the thing is when you don't get bailed out, that's what happens.
That's when it happens. That's when the magic happens. That's when you get to watch Fury Road.
It's just a weekend.
Just a weekend in the Slammer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see.
The Fury Road grossed 154 million. I think Furiosa will probably do roughly around the same. I can't see it doing.
Y'all, it's me. It's fucking me. I can't believe. I was like, no way.
You took all the good juju
again.
Oh man.
That is what happens when you're the only girl in the league. You get Barbie and then you get Furiosa. Fuck yeah. I swear to God.
I might be
Bethany, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's Furiosa.
Barbie numbers, so I'm just so happy to support the girl power movie.
Yo, I'm pissed off right now. I wanted a movie at the fucking end, and I'm going to be picking in the top 3.
I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
I'll trade with you.
But I was so excited. I will fucking pick Amon-Ra St. Brown 5th overall pick. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who tells me I'm reaching.
I'm taking Joe Flacco.
I do not care.
We're still probably
like
7 more movies.
Yeah, who knows where I'm gonna fall, honestly, in this bracket. But I'm just so happy to get the girl power movie again. I'm so excited.
All right, let's do our other number 4s.
Everything else of the night doesn't even matter.
So does anyone have apes higher than 4?
Nope,
No.
I have it at 4.
But I'm hyped for this movie. May I just
this is my most anticipated movie. There is not a movie that can break my heart more than this. If this movie isn't good, my heart's going to be shattered. I have been
That's one of the better trilogies in a long time.
It is. I am so excited for this goddamn movie. It's funny. The thing that actually got me more hyped than anything is when Sony announced The Legend of Zelda and Ball was announced as the director, because it was like, oh, studios have seen this. Oh shit, this thing's good. Like that because he did not get Zelda from doing the Maze Runner trilogy. He got Zelda from doing this. So
what if he got Zelda from doing the Maze Runner trilogy though? Because
he might have.
He might have. Who's so sorry? Not me.
Yeah. So I'm. I also don't know if we're actually ever going to actually get him doing Zelda, because I think that this thing's going to hit, and it's going to hit pretty well. And he's going to be told, hey, yeah, we want the sequel. And he's going to be doing the sequel instead. So, yeah.
So, Jacob, quick thing. I saw a tweet the other day, and I wanted for you to agree with this. Of any of the sci-fi franchises out there, Planet of the Apes is the least problematic fan base.
It'd be compared to
Star Trek, Star Wars.
Yeah, because honestly, it's just never. It's got a dedicated. It's got a dedicated fan base, but it doesn't have a insane fan base in terms of like, oh my god, we zero in on again.
It's not toxic.
They turn up.
But I also think there's not enough. There isn't an overload of content. Star Trek, you have thousands of episodes. Star Wars, you have all the movies plus then all the spin-offs, all the books, all the like. You've got all this. Planet of the Apes. There's 7 movies. Like that's really it. And like there isn't the. It's never been enough to justify other media spending money on making other media, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it's popular enough where studios go, hey, that movie was successful. That first movie was successful enough that we can kind of try and milk it. So, I agree with that. It isn't toxic, but that's also mostly because it has never grown enough to get the toxic people in. Like it's never been quite popular enough for toxicity to join in.
Also, real quick, does anybody know what the projected opening weekend for that is? Because I do.
It's like
it's pretty decent.
It's like 50. It's like 55 or something. Like it's decent, but it's not gangbusters.
80.
Really? That went up. That's going up.
I forgot to put it on my list, and then I was like, I saw 80 million opening weekend. I was like, well,
FML.
I think this is going to be a genuine hit. I think it's going to taper off a little. I think like it's going to be one of those ones where people see it. It's very good, but it will kind of taper off pretty quickly. Just because I think there is a reason they moved off Mad Max. Like, even though I think it's going to do better than Mad Max because again, PG-13.
Right.
But there's a reason they moved off that weekend. They went, nope, we want the runway 2 weeks before it.
That Venn diagram is also the closest to a circle demographic.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, they just went, we want a 2-week runway.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's see who's getting it.
Oh, big moment, everyone. Who's getting the apes? Who's supporting the apes? Chance will be supporting the apes. Chance always gets a good movie. Last year he got a big one too. Damn him. Well, he's gonna throw away his draft pick on drafting a shitty Steeler. So everyone rest assured.
Oh, the only IG player got Planet of the Apes.
I need Chance to draft Russell Wilson in the first round so badly.
This year we have to do the opposite strategy. Nobody draft any Steelers and just let that be his team.
Let that be his team. That'll be funny. We'll have a good laugh.
Everybody draft all the old Steelers. Get Deontay Johnson.
If he won, I actually think if he won last year, that would have been hilarious because it would have been like the perfect backfire on all of us. Just like, you won because the Steelers sucked.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So we're still at number 4. Does anybody have anything else at 4?
I have Twisters.
I think AJ has that higher.
Punt.
Higher, AJ? Punt.
Small punt.
I've got Fall Guy.
Small punt.
Okay.
I forgot Fall Guy.
Oh! AJ and scrolling this year is going to be the thing. So we have everyone punted basically for 4, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, so.
Okay. So at 3,
I have
Fall Guy.
Yeah.
I have Twisters at 3.
Okay. Anyone have Twisters higher?
AJ
does. Okay. So does anyone have Fall Guy higher?
I do.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. So punt on that.
Jesus, I've got Deadpool. Like this
Deadpool,
I think I'm the
baby
lowest.
punt.
2.
I'm the lowest on Deadpool. I think.
Baby punt.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna punt on that.
So let's go to our 2s, and Mike 2 is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Punt on that.
Oh wow.
I know. I'm ballsy.
I have Deadpool 2 as well. So
okay,
I have Despicable Me, which I know is getting punted. So.
Yeah, that's getting punted.
Wow.
Number 1.
We all have different ones.
My number 2 is Inside Out. That's my number 2.
Inside Out.
We can, yes.
And
we
we
can
thought
finally
does
talk
somebody
about
have
Inside
Fall
Out.
Guy at number 1?
Yes, I'm Fall Guy.
Oh God.
We do have Fall Guy number 1.
Yeah,
okay.
we do. We
With
have
Howard Gosling. All right, so Inside
to.
Out we can discuss
Yeah.
now. I had it at 6. the trailer is hype. I know people are really hyped for it. I'm very excited for it personally. I know I'm going to probably cry. But my only negative is Pixar has trained people to watch shit at home. So I think that's the only reason it's not going to be a little bit higher.
I agree with you to an extent.
Yeah.
We have yet to see a sequel. Lightyear doesn't count.
No.
Lightyear doesn't count. And when Pixar were going through their slump, the sequels still did well. The sequels did incredibly. And again, I don't think people realize the first one made $850 million.
Yeah, it was
the first one is one of their highest grossing movies of all time, and that's
one of the best movies.
It's so good.
I think that's I like Inside Out. I think has a legitimate chance to being number one this year. Like it's between the two animated movies for me personally. Like I just this is a huge movie. I think this year, and I think it's going to. It's also really the only animated movie Disney have this year that they can really hang their hat on. And so they're going to go pretty hard for it. So yeah, I do really think that this one's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I agree, and I hope it makes more than the freaking Minions, to be honest. I'm not sure that it will, but I think it's going to be a much better movie and a much more deserving animated film to be the highest grossing animated film of the summer. So I'm praying that it is. But we'll see. Who's getting the feels, guys? Yeah. Let's find out. This is a big one. It's gonna
be fucking PLD. Watch.
I know.
Oh, it's going to be.
Let's see. PJ
Campbell. I think he'll be with that one.
Yeah,
PJ will be very happy with that.
He deserves that.
That's good. That's a good pick actually for him. I think that's an appropriate pick for PJ.
That seems very appropriate for him for sure. Okay, so we're all going to our ones. Is that correct?
So number one. So
Twister? Oh yeah. So
all right, let's start with Twisters. I've got that at 9. Like
I got that at 4.
3.
I will say never underestimate nostalgia and Glenn Powell. That fucker is box office gold. And like I think this movie really does have a shot of doing very well.
This Mike, you were saying If is the one that you're like, I have no idea. This is mine. I have no idea.
It's not going to do great international.
There is a real chance this hits like Top Gun. Like there is a serious chance this hits like Top Gun.
That's exactly where I'm going with this. So, 2022, there was one movie my mom wanted to see in theaters the entire year. It was Top Gun Maverick. 2023, there was one movie my mom wanted to see in theaters the entire year. It was Oppenheimer. 2024, there's one movie my mom wants to see in theaters. And it's fucking Twisters. Nostalgia bait. Like it was a huge thing that. When you very first got your surround sound system at home in the 90s, you were watching Twister over and over again. This wasn't just a phenomenon in my family. It was like a lot of people I know. So I'm banking nostalgia.
Twister? It was like such a big deal, honestly.
I didn't grow up on my family. Like they wouldn't like buy VHSs and stuff we didn't have like a crazy VHS selection. We watched movies, but like we go to the library. Twisters we owned on VHS. Like that was
Twister wasn't a fantastic attraction. Universal
sure was. Twister. This is how big Twister was, y'all. Is that was the brand new attraction and like to lure families into coming to Universal.
It was like to draw people to Florida. Twister to ride it out.
I had a Twister ride it out. It was like lime green. It looked like a little tornado. Like freaking sippy cup thing, like one of those sippers, one of the cups. We got that because we went the year that Twister opened.
I want it.
I'm sad that we no longer have it. We really should have kept that. That's like a piece of theme park memorabilia, and the theme park nerd in me is so sad that we don't have that anymore. But yeah, like Twister was a big deal, and I think that it has really truly an opportunity to be a big, at least again domestically. I don't think it's going to do as hot internationally. But I think bitches love a good disaster movie. Bitches love Glenn Powell. I am bitches. I think it's going to be bitches love nostalgia. I think it is going to be, it could really be a hit.
Here is the reason, and it's a sad reason, and I understand it. It doesn't have the traditional legacy sequel of the cast coming back because he can't,
Yeah.
obviously. And I think, and every time that's happened, it's never done well. Like
No, in
like-
this one, Philip Seymour Hoffman is the tornado.
but like that,
Like, it's like Dune Messiah.
that's why I've got it lower, is because
Yeah.
it doesn't have Paxton, it doesn't have Hunt, like that, like, so I'm a little worried about you're not getting the same level of, oh, I get to go see Tom Cruise be Maverick again. Oh, hell yeah. Whereas in like, but for every other reason, I agree with you. Like the first one was second only to Independence Day. Like that was in that year, it beat Mission Impossible, it beat The Rock, it beat a Disney animated movie. Like you're right. It was huge. I can see this one being relatively big, but I can also see it having that problem of it doesn't have it isn't your traditional legacy sequel. So that's
this is going to be a case of legs. If this can hold past its second weekend, it has a good chance.
And that is the other thing that I think's got going against it is the movie that opens a week later, which is Deadpool.
One more thing. I just wanted to ask Jacob, if the Goo Dolls came back and did another rock anthem for this movie, would that change your mind?
Game changer. That's a game changer for me personally.
I mean, look, you know, I don't know, like, probably not.
All right, guys, who's gonna ride it out with Twister? We're about to find out. Hi, I'm Bill Paxton, and I'm Helen Hunt. I don't think y'all understand how many times I have waited in that queue and seen that pre-show. Okay. Oh, John Mariano with a little twisters. Okay.
Appropriate.
All right, Mariano. Respect. That's a good one right there.
So we have 3 movies left. And it's the last people still to be picked are myself, PLD, and Moose.
Oh God.
PLD auto drafting with the number 1 pick could potentially happen.
Oh my God!
No.
I actually need it.
No. PLD is not allowed to draft this high, y'all. This is not right.
We'll see.
PLD got back to black. What are you talking about?
You're right. Everyone scrub the footage of this recording. We're telling him he got back to black.
Zoom in, enhance.
It's not gonna be fun to auto draft when he's got.
All right. So
it's gonna be hilarious because it's going to be set up so that to not draft quarterbacks for him. Like he's gonna draft non-quarterbacks, so he's gonna draft.
It'll be McCaffrey.
Yeah, it'll be McCaffrey when it shouldn't be.
Right.
How did that work out for everybody last time?
Right. Yeah. Which one of the 3 movies you want to talk about next? Why don't we just talk about Despicable Me, because I think that's the one us as a whole are least interested in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking brand. It's gonna make money.
It's gonna make money. Again, last time the whole trend, the TikTok trend of
it's gonna come back. They're gonna do it again.
People are gonna do it again. It's gonna be a thing. I don't think it's going to be as big of a thing as it was last time. The only reason, I put this at number 2, which I know, ballsy. But the only reason is I just think it might not have quite as much momentum. Because the last one was like the first big hit after COVID,
right?
Correct?
I believe it was, yeah.
And I just don't know. It's going to do gangbusters, don't get me wrong.
Why I think it's going to do gangbusters?
Yeah, hit me.
It's literally the only franchise Gen Z have. It's literally the only franchise that Gen Z have that is their own original franchise from when they're kids, because we haven't given them anything. It's Despicable Me, and that's it. Everything else has been sequel, remakes, adaptations of older fucking properties.
That's rough on them. And
we got the Boss Baby. We got Boss Baby.
Bionicle.
Yeah. But like Despicable Me is it. It's why it does so well. It's because it's the one thing that they have from when they were kids. It's their Toy Story. Like seriously, like it's their Toy Story.
Yeah.
And that's why it's
fair.
PLD,
probably going
don't
to
be
do
saying
well.
crap. You're
You're gonna be in great shape, PLD. Don't worry about it. Damn it. All right, let's see who's getting the minions. I'm excited.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be May.
Listen, the minions brought us together in a sense. So we salute you, minions. It's gonna be May. It's PLD! PLD's getting the number one overall pick with an auto draft.
I'm
Can
so
I-
mad that
actually-
Paul's in the chat.
Okay, one last thing I want to say about Minions. There is half a chance this doesn't perform that great because I'm looking at the numbers. Despicable Me 3 is one of the least performing domestically ones. Minions did well. Despicable Me 3 didn't. That is interesting.
True.
Whereas
And
internationally, it did huge.
I think this is one of those movies. And let me
Yeah.
tell you, having worked at Universal for many years, the people that fucking love the Minions were not people with American accents. So
I was gonna say, I remember when I was in Taiwan. I remember like Minions were
people overseas
get, like,
love the Minions.
So the first one,
Minions in like different.
so
stores.
domestically, the first one did 250. The second one did 370. Third one did 260. Minions did 330. And then Minions 2 did 370. But their worldwide grosses are like massive.
Yeah.
Massively high. So I do think actually, yeah, like I think there is a real chance this one does a lot
But
better.
PLD is
than
still going to be drafting
PL
the top three.
Because PLD got the movie, it's gonna be number one.
It's gonna
That dude has
Yeah.
the biggest luck in this league.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm mad that Paul's in the chat, though. If Paul wasn't in the chat, we could have sent him Minions memes for a week.
Yeah.
I'm talking just
Wouldn't
like
have
send him
understood
Minion
why.
memes, no context.
Now he'll know.
Well, he hasn't responded since he's pulled that. So maybe
Might have.
all right, so we got 2 movies left. Juice, you're number
Fall
1.
Guy.
Mine's Fall Guys or Fall
All
Guy.
right.
I'm excited to see this.
You know who got the Gosling? Got the
Hey,
number one
Gosling.
overall pick last year, so it is definitely possible.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
so hyped for this movie.
It's
We have
PG-13,
tickets next Wednesday.
so it's cool. Like teenage kids, like they can go see it of their own without having somebody to sneak them in. But it's still a cool movie. Obviously, it's right off Barbie. And it's the main reason though. It's David Leitch, the Color Boy, my dad's friend's director. So we're
the Oppenheimer.
we're
the
repping the-
Barbenheimer is combining with Emily Blunt and,
And, like,
the
repping the
Gosling.
home-
Gosling is
Yeah.
on top of the world right now. I mean,
And
I don't think
also-
there's anyone whose stock is higher.
I
at
think
the moment.
because Reynolds could have a little oversaturation just with 2
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
and everything, but like Ryan Gosling is as hot as he has ever been.
Anyway,
Hot
Also-
goss.
Sorry.
Of all of these movies coming out this summer, as a female, I'm going to say that this one is probably going to be the one that draws the most females, and clearly never underestimate the power of a movie that women
look
want to see.
at Barbie.
Yeah.
We come out in droves. We will watch it. Again, this one is probably not going to be Barbie numbers, but again, that's kind of an unattainable thing. But I do think that Ryan Gosling is obviously very hot right now. Lots of people last year obviously left him in Barbie. I think a lot of women are going to want to go see this, and I think that it's definitely going
And
to, I think, do some numbers.
It played very well at it was South by Southwest,
South by
CinemaCon,
Southwest.
and
Just-
Con, if I'm not mistaken.
And
No, I haven't
early
played-
summer
Cannes
gift
not-
away.
no,
Wasn't
Cannes
Cannes?
hasn't- Cannes not for another month.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
No, but it's opened internationally. So that's the
Okay.
thing. Like it opened today internationally, so it's available everywhere. People can go see it if you live anywhere except the US. So they've done the international rollout, and then a domestic one. So
They moved it up to like it's playing Wednesday now domestically.
yeah,
so.
but that's the other thing. Like I mean, this again. Remember, this was meant to come out in March, and then
Yep.
they went, "Oh shit, we've got something." So they pushed it back till May.
Yep.
They wanted it to be the big summer bit, and they pushed it back after Deadpool moved.
This
as
was
well.
Deadpool's weekend originally.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was Deadpool's weekend. And that's I agree with you all. I think this is going to be a huge thing. The reason I've got it number 4, I think I got it the lowest out of everyone here. Is
That's
it's
right.
not technically, but it is like it's the original property of it all. Like, I know it's not technically an original
But
property.
it's not a big property.
It's based off a TV show and stuff, but like,
that
it's
doesn't really
not a
count.
big one. Like, it's, you know, so that's kind of where I think that's the one element of it that I'm like, I don't know how great that's going to be. I think it's but I agree with you, Juice. I think it's the highest grossing live action PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Which I know that's qualifiers, but that's, you know, most of the box office. So,
right.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Who's going to be the fall guy of our league? Moose!
Moose going from the machine to the fall guy.
Well, we all know
what
you are getting, sir, and that is Deadpool.
I got Deadpool and Wolverine.
Crazy.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to tell you all, I'm the only person out of this at number one. And I know that's ballsy, and I'm just going to also let everyone know that I am not great at box office predictions. So obviously take everything that I say with a grain of salt because I'm terrible at this. But here's why I don't have an animated movie. While I do think that Despicable Me and Inside Out 2 are going to do very, very well. Gangbusters, I think they're going to be in the top 3 for sure. Probably one of them will actually end up being the real number one. But this is my thinking, okay? So, like I said, a little bit of it is that Pixar has trained people to watch things at home. I think overall, families are kind of like, whatever, we'll wait till it comes to streaming and we can put the kids in front of the TV. And we have a family of 5, and this is very expensive to take everyone to the movie theaters. You know who doesn't think that? Childless millennials. And childless millennials love fucking Deadpool, okay? And I know that there's like superhero fatigue and da-da-da-da-da, but we really haven't had a big, exciting, everyone is excited to go see a superhero movie in so long. And this is going to be the first one. And you have the old and the new and and I just think, and I know it's rated R, but that hasn't stopped Deadpool from succeeding before. And I just think that it's gonna, I don't know. I think it's gonna do it.
This is one of the safest movies of the summer, I think.
Yeah,
it's making 200 million minimum.
Yeah.
Well, there aren't even any other superhero movies like on this list.
That's it.
Nothing like Madam Web and earlier, and
any other ones opening, but like, yeah.
And it's time to shine. It is the only superhero film coming out. I
agree with a lot of what you said. It's why I've got it 3. I just think the R rating is a factor. I don't think Hugh Jackman adds an extra 200 million or an extra 200 million.
Oh, we were talking about the Venn diagrams before. It's a circle.
I don't think it adds a whole lot of extra income to it. So I think it caps out where the others cap out. Now, you know, I went back and looked. 2016, Deadpool was the 9th film.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool 2, which
of the year.
Of the year.
Which is crazy.
And then Deadpool 2, also the 9th, which it's slightly underperformed. I don't think
Barry as well.
Yeah.
But I also think those years had bigger movies that came out and were big. This is a shit summer. Like, this is a really bad summer for like live action movies. So
there's also 2 years between Deadpool 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, and also this being quite in the MCU, but I also think there is the superhero fatigue that is a thing now. I think I agree with you that this is the one that's going to get people to come back more, and it could have that No Way Home effect. But I also think that there is the R rating puts a cap on it. I think there is a little bit of Ryan Gosling Ryan Reynolds fatigue. I think there is a lot of reasons. If tomorrow you told me Deadpool 3 tanked, I'd believe it. I'd be like, I can understand why. It wouldn't be a shock to me.
Right.
Like it wouldn't be one of those like, how the hell did that tank? Where, you know, like if you told me, you know, Endgame tanked, I'd be like, there is no way in hell Endgame is ever tanking.
Okay.
I could see this tanking, but I also think I've got it number 3. I don't think it's tanking, but I think I don't know if it's going to perform quite as well as everyone's expecting.
So I think that that Despicable Me 4 could tank for the same reason Deadpool and Wolverine tank.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
For the same reason, and that is a very graphic sex scene with the protagonist and Hugh Jackman.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, they would tank both of those films. Yeah.
But I
that is
think
fair.
you're right I just think the R rating is more so than we've had it in a long time. I think the R rating is going to be a factor on this movie specifically. More so, and that's why I've got the 2 animated movies above it. Is just because I think that there is very little for in terms of live action original movies. I also think it's very late. It's Comic-Con weekend. That's a big deal. Like, it's late in the year. Like,
the last movie releasing of this list of movies.
It is like it's late,
but it's also the same weekend that Barbie and Oppenheimer came out.
True.
It's the weekend after.
Oh, okay.
It's the weekend after Barbie and Oppenheimer came out, so that's that is fair. But I also think that
it's going to be probably some stuff.
Yeah, like, but it's also that's also the weekend. Lion King came out, which did very well, but was also like. So, like, it is possible. I can absolutely see it. I just also think there's a little bit of a cloud over this movie, and I
think its floor is worst case scenario 5th.
Yeah.
Of this for summer,
For the summer movies,
yeah,
I think if that falls below 5, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, but I think that if it falls below 5, there's going to be serious questions about the MCU, like serious questions about the MCU.
So let's do a quick recap. Everybody,
AJ,
recap
did you write it down?
your top 10s.
Yes.
So we can, just compare and contrast. Well, let's start with Jacob, our guest.
Okay, so number 1, Despicable Me 4. Number 2, Inside Out 2. 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. 4, The Fall Guy. 5, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. 6, Garfield. 7, Furiosa. 8, If. 9, Twisters, and 10, A Quiet Place Year 1.
Perfect. Juice, let's hit us up with yours.
All right, we've got the number 1 winner, The Fall Guy, Deadpool and Wolverine, Twisters, Furiosa at 5, Despicable Me 4, A Quiet Place Year 1 at 7, Inside Out 2 at 8, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, 9, If, and 10, Bad Boys for Life. Is it for life?
That was the last one.
That was the last one. We're so done.
The last one was for life.
This one,
Bad Boys,
does anybody know what it is?
3 life?
Yeah.
Ride or Die.
Ride or
Die.
Yeah.
Dumb. That should have been the third
That
one.
should have been
4
3.
life should have been
Life
saved
should have
for
been
4.
4.
Who titled these? We need to have words.
AJ, you got your top 10.
So I have at 10, I Saw the TV Glow. 9, Garfield. 8, If. 7, Bad Boys 4. 6, Inside Out 2. 5, Furiosa. 4, Apes. 3, Despicable Me 4. 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. And number 1, Twisters.
Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Bethany.
Can I just say before I go through my list, I'm dying to know what the girl power film of 2025 is gonna be because I'm gonna fucking need it. Okay, thank you. I'm on a streak here and I can't let it die. So my 2024 summer movie predictions, which are most likely all going to be wrong because as previously stated, I'm not great at this, but I'm also not terrible. Number 10, I've got Bad Boys 4. Number 9, If. Number 8, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Number 7, A Quiet Place Day 1. Number 6, Inside Out 2. Number 5, Furiosa. 4, Twisters. 3, Fall Guy. 2, Despicable Me's, and a partridge in a pear tree, aka Deadpool and Wolverine at number 1.
And closing out my top 10. At 10, I have Bad Boys 4. Number 9, I have Twisters. Number 8, I have Garfield. Number 7, I have Inside Out 2. Number 6, I have If. Number 5, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Number 4, Furiosa. Number 3, The Fall Guy. Number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. And number 1, giving PLD the first pick, is Despicable Me Part 4.
I'm so annoyed that PLD got a good box office movie this year. That's not how this is supposed to work.
So we will. I will
Love
track
it,
this probably on the Twitter page this year. What I'll do is weekly when the box office comes out each weekend, I'll put an update showing what the current order is, so everybody can keep up to date. And the final list will be after Labor Day weekend, and when the box office gets released on Tuesday morning of Labor Day weekend is when the draft order will become official. It probably will be set by then. It's a possibility we might have one or two things juggling, but we'll probably know before then. Anyway, for those who are interested, and everybody in our league knows this, the night before the NFL does the kickoff is when we do our draft on the stream, and that is always one of the most chaotic and fun nights of the year on the show. So we definitely look forward to that.
Beth, can I give you the 3 movies that you're going to be rooting for next year?
Ooh, hit me.
Ooh.
All right. So Megan 2.0.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Need that.
I'm for that.
Potentially Ballerina.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be June this year,
That
right?
was meant to be June this year, and then they got pushed because it's shit. And the other one that's potentially, because apparently she's the lead, is the new Jurassic World movie.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's apparently the lead. So
Interesting. Okay.
there are 3 that you have to pick for right now. It's pretty slim pickings. I'm not
Pretty
gonna
slim
lie.
pickings.
It's not great.
Not as good as Barbie and Furiosa.
No.
But I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
It's Megan and other movies.
Yeah, like there's like Thunderbolts
Fair.
technically, because you've got Florence there. How to Train Your Dragon, not really.
What a good film franchise, though.
That's another safe
Excited
movie.
for the theme
whoever
park.
gets How to Train Your Dragon next year is you're getting a top 5 pick. It might not be number 1, but you're getting top 5
you're
pick.
Yeah, Superman next year. Fantastic Four.
That could go anywhere.
Yeah, so
2025 might be as crazy as 2024. I don't know.
Well, 2024,
and the other Mission Impossible. So.
Well, which I personally am excited for, but I know after the last one didn't do so
The
hot.
Entity.
Yeah. So yeah, but this year's weird because obviously the strikes did. This is the back end of these movies are pretty weak in terms of box office draw. I'm not saying that they're going to be bad movies or anything, but in terms of box office draw, we don't have a hard hitting summer this year.
No.
All of us had 9 of the same movies except for AJ, who forgot to put the Fall Guy. So.
But I love that for him.
Love that for me too.
But yeah, I mean, when you have us trying to pick the top 10s and we have 9 of the same movies, that's saying something. It's kind of there's not a lot of.
And it does suck because there's a lot of movies that I think are going to do relatively okay, but will probably miss out on the top 10. So there's stuff where is it? So I think The Strangers Chapter 1 could be a surprise hit. Yeah. I think that could be a real big surprise hit. I personally am extremely excited for Horizon. I don't care. I think that could be a surprise hit. But the 2 parts is the thing that I'm a little oh God. If that was one movie, that would have been in my top 10.
Kevin Costner Western, sign me up.
Yeah, look at Yellowstone. Sorry, there is a reason Yellowstone keeps freaking hitting. The Watchers, I'm beyond excited for that. I think it could do well. Alien Romulus, I think could do well. I just think
if that had been it qualified for our movies, it might have been.
It might have.
Yeah.
Same with Trap. Bike Riders, kind of kindness. I think there are movies that are going to do relatively well. I just don't think that they're going to make the top 10. So,
they're not blockbusters.
Exactly.
They're movies that they'll make their budget back, but they're not $100-200 million movies.
Luna just wants everyone to know that she's rooting for all of us, but mostly her mommy to win. Good answer, Luna. Good answer.
All right, Luna.
The two that we're hoping they would be in the top 10 that we didn't talk about because they're not going to be in the top 10. Harold and the Purple Crayon. That's not going to be in the top 10 at all.
Purple Crayon.
No.
But that movie will be playing at 11 a.m. for the entire summer.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't come out until August. So
that?
No, once it comes out, the 11 a.m. time slot, it's going to have for a while.
Do you know who's starring in Harold and the Purple Crayon?
No, I do not know.
Zachary Levi
is Harold, the toddler.
I'm gonna have to look up this trailer.
It's live action.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. And Borderlands is the other one that is definitely wanting to be a big hit and is not going to be.
Borderlands is trying so hard. It's trying too hard.
August 9th.
Oh, that was in range.
I
thought it was a little
think
too late.
Borderlands could possibly do like a Five Nights at Freddy's type opening, and then it's done.
Yeah, I think it'll do. I guess depending on the. Oh, Eli Roth's director.
I just really love y'all that Mike didn't know
PG-13 Eli
the
Roth.
vaccine and really thought it was going to be
Sure,
something. And then you're all like, the other two made 10 million.
Well, sorry, Buck.
But you're getting the turn, Buck. You're getting the turn, so it's okay.
Is it going to make less than Back to Black and Tara?
I think it will. I don't think that. I think Maxine will do 15. It will max out at around 15.
Maxine, by the way, was the replacement for The Crow. The Crow was the original movie that was in the 14th spot, and that got pushed, so Maxine replaced it.
I'm just so happy I didn't get Garfield. I was so worried. And I know it's probably going to do fine, but I just didn't want to.
Sorry, Jacob.
I didn't want to have to root for Garfield. Sorry, Jacob.
Like,
sorry.
That's fair. I just think, like, yeah, back to, but like, my problem with the reason why I think Maxine's going to perform so poorly is in terms of it'll make its budget back, but I think also these movies are hard R, like they're hard R horror, so you don't just get your you only get the hardcore horror guys. You don't get the ones that are like, oh, I like horror, like I'll go see it, and then when people hear that they are very, very violent and hard.
Buck is cursing you out in this chat and in our.
I'm getting cursed out by Buck in like 4 different chats right now.
So yeah,
he picked it.
Tell you what, fall's gonna be great though. Like the actual, it's funny. The summer's not gonna be great for box office wise, but fall, holy crap, there's gonna be some big
movie in the fall is Beetlejuice.
I know. like that's gonna so we may actually finally get $100 million movie opening in October or September. So the 2 months.
I think that might do 100 million by the end of its second week.
Because you've got September is nuts. You go Beetlejuice, Transformers, and Wild Robot. All three, I think, are going to be huge.
Yeah, I agree. Transformers and Beetlejuice, I think both are going to break 100 million.
Yeah. Why? Okay. No. Everyone keeps sleeping on Wild Robot. Wild Robot is going to be DreamWorks next How to Train Your Dragon. Telling everyone that now.
I think that could be the case. I didn't vibe with the Transformers trailer.
I really liked the Transformers trailer. I'm the weird one. I dug it. Anyway, sorry, I've overtaken another stream.
You're good, Jacob.
We literally have a button that we press and we end the stream when we want to. You're good.
That's true. Yeah, we would have cut you off.
You know, we regularly will cut each other off when we.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.